Smells like first round draft pick. No, wait. Smells like the first pick of the draft. Smells like an average of 23.5 points per game, 7.5 assists, and 2.1 steals. Ooh, Rookie of the Year. Hey, what's good guys? My name's Chris. Welcome back to the official WearTesters.com YouTube channel. Today we got a detailed look and review on one of my favorite sneakers of all time, and it's the Reebok Question in my favorite colorway of all time. This right here is the pearlized blue toe. First things first, new box, kind of. It's kind of a play on their original style boxes. I don't remember them being pull-out drawers though. So I don't know if that's new or not, but the last time that these guys released, this is the box that they would typically come in. This is my new pair that I never got to wear because my old pair that I did wear is still just fine. And now we've got these ones, so I don't know when I'll end up wearing all of these, but one day. Now, if you guys are here in this video, I assume that you guys already know a lot about the Reebok Question because, let's face it, Reebok videos don't get views. I do feel like that is kind of like disappointing, I guess, as a sneakerhead, because stuff like this is just classic. A lot of the new generation, they don't respect stuff like this, the things that came before, to make way for the new things that you see today on shelves, which I, again, find just very unfortunate. But I will always respect the past, and this is one of those shoes. Originally debuted in 1996. We recently, as Sense Apparel, paid homage to this model right here. We dropped a cool little collection that you can see somewhere on the screen right now. And this original colorway right here, like I said, is just kind of my favorite of the bunch. There's a lot of cool stories that go in with this shoe. There was a prototype version that never made it to retail that eventually made it to retail, even though they weren't quite like the original prototypes, but still, it's pretty cool. I actually have a couple of images and video of one of the original prototype samples, which I think are fantastic. It looks way better than the prototype that they actually released, in my opinion. And then there were change-ups within Allen Iverson's actual shoe from the point of production and original retail release to the, I guess, future retail releases, where mid-run, they actually changed up the toes because they were messing up Allen Iverson's feet, and they were also peeling at the front right here. So like this guy right there, if you see that little tip right there, compare it to a first original run, original version of the shoe. The toe on those is just super different, and it wraps up weird. It's got a cool little Reebok Vector logo on there. There was no stitching at the toe or anything like that. So when he was busting everybody's ankles up, it was peeling off of the shoe. And again, there were some runs that were actually sent to retail like that, and then they switched things up mid-run and then put them on, and this is kind of like how the shoe has looked ever since. Now, the last time that these retroed, I think it was when we first kind of moved here. So it's kind of interesting to see how quickly they recycle stuff, because this seems to be Reebok's only shoe, which again, I think is also disappointing because they got a really big catalog of really cool stuff that I would love to see back. But this is the last time that they released. I think this was 2016.
Yep.
The shoes are different. You can obviously see just from a visual standpoint what's different currently, and that would be the Hexalite. I will say that I was looking at those original pictures, and the Hexalite, I think what they were going for with this one, because I get irritated when I don't see it all painted white and everything like this, because this is kind of like the only way that you can showcase the tech nowadays, because it's not real tech. But the originals were actually not painted white, they were molded in white. So I thought that was kind of interesting. It gave it this look without it, you know, being actually painted white and everything. So it was the molded plastic, which I believe is what they're doing here. The difference being is that this Hexalite is actually plastic, whereas the original Hexalite, while it was a type of plastic, it was way different than this stuff. It actually compressed and it actually worked. This right here, it's just not it. Also, you can see, you can kind of blame this on age, but this is really what they did look like. Like, these have just been stored in the box and everything. So this is kind of like more of a turquoise or teal, I don't know, but this is more blue. The toe shapes are different as well. Like, this one has the shorter toe that I'm used to. These ones have a slightly longer toe. Can you like see it?
I can see it.
You really can, or you just me?
I can see it.
Outside of that though, they look pretty good, man. I mean, it's not too much different. I guess you can kind of compare the stitching to one another, like the new stitching. I said this on Jordan products and Nike products as well, but the new way of embroidery, which is all digital, makes these logos look so clean that it's kind of cool looking, man. This is not too far removed from one another, and you can see the improvement. So I think that's cool. I almost forgot the most important part. That is amazing. That is a lot of polyurethane. It's comfortable, and look at this. I'm gonna burst everybody's bubble right here. This is what you get now. This is
But it has his face on it.
It does. It's got the Rookie of the Year on there. But still, there is no comparison. There really isn't. What's that thing that you always use? The Was that Debbie Downer?
Oh yeah.
So now, as far as the shoe is concerned, again, the outsole right here is clear rubber, no real traction pattern. Despite that though, these actually grip really well on most courts and most court conditions. We do have a performance review. It's very old. It's from before that one released, so it was the pearlized red toe. And it's just a really great shoe. It's not the best as far as lockdown goes, not the best as far as cushion goes, but if you're like me and you grew up in the 90s, when you look down at your feet, you just feel great. Anyways, the midsole itself is EVA, or as Nike would put it, Phylon, but we don't talk about Phylon unless it's a Nike product or a Jordan product, because that's their trademark term for their style of EVA. This is just EVA. So EVA is a good source of foam. It depends on how you use it. You can tweak it up or you can tweak it down. This particular version is not bouncy whatsoever. They heavily relied back in the day on the insole that it came with, as well as the true real hexalite that was inside the shoe, which, like I was saying earlier, is no longer present. However, they do still have the section for it where it's located in the heel. It's kind of a square. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to, because sometimes if I put like a light under it, like you can actually see it. Can they see it a little bit?
A little bit.
Hopefully. So, I mean, it's kind of like a square pad in there. That's how they were originally as well. The side piece ones are just for visual cues. So like an air window would be for a Nike product, letting you see within the shoe, see the tech that's in there. That's what this was supposed to be for. It was a visual cue. There are Reebok models with hexalite that would wrap all the way around the heel and everything and be visible on the side, but they were also part of the functional underfoot units. Most of those were Shaq shoes, and those things are comfortable, even though they're ugly. But like the ones that were super wrapped, I think they were called like the Preacher or something like that. I don't even remember, but hot damn, they were comfortable. Now the upper on these guys is exactly what you would expect from a Reebok Question, and that is actual leather. This stuff right here, you will probably not find on the majority of Jordan brand shoes. They retail for $200 now, which is insane. So this guy right here features great leather all the way around. There's two areas of synthetic or vinyl, and that would be right there on the tongue and this rib section on the collar. It was like that on the previous retro, which is right here, and it was also like that on the originals as well. So they're sticking with what works, which I dig. You guys already know that, right? If it was on the original, then it belongs on the retro, and if it wasn't on the original and it's on the retro, it should be better than the original. And then the eye stay area where it says Reebok, this is actually a real good nod, or a small nod, I guess, depending on like who you're talking to, because some sneakerheads don't know this, but like when those Jubilee 11s came out and it said Jordan up the eyelets, everybody's like, what the f is that? It was actually an original feature on the shoe that was scrapped twice. It was scrapped for the original run of the shoe, and it was scrapped for the DMP version of the shoe that came with the Air Jordan 6, even though some of them actually trickled out to retail with the Jordan lettering on the eyelets and everything, which is pretty cool if you own one of those. But that's why the Reebok branding right here is up the eye stay, because it's supposed to be homage to that shoe. And then the back of the shoe is probably my favorite thing. The backs of almost all shoes that actually I love, they all have that one thing in common, that they look great. They all feature a great number, they feature a great logo, whether we're talking about the Air Jordan 14, even the Air Jordan 9, Air Jordan 3 and 4. I mean, they got some great looking booties. And the Reebok Question is right up there with them. Now, as far as the release is concerned, I don't know when they're supposed to release. I remember getting an email, a press release from Reebok late last year. It was like their new like first quarter catalog and everything, and they were showing what they were gonna be releasing from January through about All-Star. This was on that list and everything. Everything's nuts right now. So like we're seeing Easter releases coming up shortly. We just saw Halloween releases that were supposed to release in Halloween. So there's like shipping delays galore. This is one of those shoes that has been affected by it. They have released overseas already though, so that's where I was able to get mine from. I got them from StockX. I think they were retail price, but by the time that StockX taxes you, California tax for us, plus StockX's fees, plus another thing for like whatever, the total was about the same price as an Air Jordan. That's probably gonna sway a lot of people unless you're a true diehard fan of this guy and you just want to support his products. Now, as far as fit is concerned, they do fit true to size despite not having one of the greatest insoles of all time to ever come with a shoe. So true to size is what I would go with. No, they're not super comfortable, but yes, they still look super sexy. I don't care what anybody says. These are fantastic. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for all the support. Let us know what you think about these down below in the comment section. Are you excited to grab a pair? Did you miss out on this release? And so now you're like, yo, I need to get these. Whatever it is, let me know below in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for all the support. And until next time, guys, have a good one.